Good morning, wrestling fans. Welcome to PWR today for June 17th, 2022. The man they call Meathead, the lovely Linda K. Linda, again on a Friday morning. Where are you? What are you doing?
I am heading a couple of hours west on some more wrestling journeys. So I'm excited for that. I'm excited for the weekend and TGIF.
Are you living for the weekend?
I'm working for the weekend, baby.
There we go. Working for the weekend. Work. I know that's not the right song. I just thought it was funny. All right, let's move on. We got a lot of big stories that we want to get on. First, there is talk and rumors, not actual reports, that Sasha Banks had been released from the WWE. Here's the real story. It looks like Sasha Banks' lawyers are working on getting her a WWE release. I know a lot of people have been running with the fact, DirtySheets.com, that Sasha has been officially released. She has not. Sasha Banks is working on getting out of the company.
I mean, I guess it's not too much of a surprise given what happened. Has it been a month now?
Oh, it's been more than a month.
Oh, okay.
It's been a while already.
So, I mean, I'm kind of surprised, though, that there hasn't been something moved forward yet, if that's what she indeed wanted. Or, I'm thinking, what about Naomi? Like, is something going to come out soon with Naomi's status or what she's looking to do?
Well, you never know. I mean, there's obviously, this story keeps growing. I mean, there's stories that have been growing all week, some that we've beaten to death, and that's why we're not going to hit those. Let's talk about something else that's been talked about recently is Slammiversary, the 20th anniversary of Slammiversary on Impact last night. And we don't talk a ton about Impact, but we got to bring this up. Aces and Eights return to Impact. Holy balls. Now, it wasn't Bully, it wasn't Devon, it wasn't Ken Anderson, it wasn't, Knox, not Knox, excuse me. It wasn't, Knox was in there too, but so was, what does he go by now? Luke Gallows. Luke Gallows was in Aces and Eights for a while too. Nope. It was Wes Briscoe and Garrett Bischoff. How about them apples?
And I can only believe that Aces and Eight is going to grow again.
Aces and Eights. It's a dead man's hand, according to Uncle Cracker. You remember that song, Linda? Aces and Eights?
By Uncle Cracker?
By Uncle Cracker. Same record that he debuted, with Follow Me and all that other, all those other songs on there. It's a track called Aces and Eights.
That's perfect.
Yep. All right. So Wes Briscoe and Garrett Bischoff, talked to Dave the Popcorn Night Hero and our friend Big D that used to live in Big D. They've got stories about a Briscoe in the car, but nice to see that Aces and Eights brought back. And then you've got the team of Honor No More, obviously, former ROH talents and Impact talents kind of joining together as the heels. I love what they're doing, a little throwback to everything that's happened in Impact Wrestling. We've got another story here, too. Zac Efron. You know who Zac Efron is. I mean, Zac Efron, big Hollywood star. He has signed on to be in a movie about the Von Erichs. Does that mean Zac's going to be one of the leads? Is he going to be Kerry Von Erich?
I was thinking Kerry, based off just his looks itself.
He's not going to be Lacey Von Erich, so.
Oh, I'm not sure. But this is great to hear. I mean, if you've got Zac Efron in your movie, that's big time right there.
Well, I mean, it's not like he's, in Neighbors and, messing with, Seth Rogen and trying to have his fraternity take over their house. So,
Although that's funny too.
Yeah, that movie is absolutely hilarious. Neighbors 2. Was it Neighbors 2? What was it called again? It was something like that. But Rose Byrne in that movie is absolutely hilarious. Let's talk about Smackdown coming up tonight. Linda K, we have probably one of the bigger matches on free TV from WWE in a very, very long time for the Universal Undisputed WWE title. Roman Reigns, the Tribal Chief, the head of the table, the one that needs acknowledgement, will go one-on-one with Riddle.
That is amazing. I'm so glad that we are getting a big-time match on free television. Although it could bring more seats into pay-per-views, sure. However, if you think about just it being on Fox, or if you want to compare to perhaps AEW that have put on some big time matches on free TV as well during the weekly episodic show, I think this is a great move. I think it's moving things along faster between Roman and Riddle than I would have thought. I know we've talked about this a few times where this could have potentially started between the two of them when Riddle got that knee in on Roman on SmackDown. But I'm looking forward to this. I want to see Minneapolis acknowledge Roman Reigns. And while Riddle is on top of his game and such a huge favorite right now, I still feel that these titles are going to stay undisputed with the head of the table.
Now, there's been a lot of talk that, Roman Reigns, the reason that they unified the title was to get Roman Reigns on both shows. Where the hell has Roman Reigns been? He's not even on one show.
Well, stranger things have happened.
Stranger Things. Isn't that a show on Hulu or on Apple? Or
I think
isn't
it's
it on...
Netflix, and a lot of people are talking about it. I'm a little behind in that game, but I hear it's something that I would like, according to all my friends.
Allegedly. I guess it's in its 4th season. I haven't seen one of the Stranger episodes ever. But they sell Domino's Pizza, so. All right. That's not the only kind of big story happening on SmackDown tonight. It was supposed to happen last week, but it's happening tonight. Max Dupre is going to reveal his first client into the Maximum Male Models. Any thought of who the first client is into Maximum Male Models? Remember, it's in the title, Maximum Male. So, Linda, I wish it was you, but it's not going to be you. They're Maximum Male.
Well, we had a hint, a preview, if you will, when it leaked out in one of the post-dark matches, Max Dupre bringing out Dio Mace. He was one of the models that Max Dupre brought out. So I don't know if that was just to gauge a feel from the audience, or maybe Dio Madden, thank you. If he is indeed still a part of the
we haven't seen him. We haven't seen him, Mace. We haven't seen Mace on Raw lately with his face paint. And to be honest, Dominik Dijakovic has been coming out in the 24/7 mix solo with very little face paint on as well. So that's really the last remnants of Retribution.
I think that Dominik Dijakovic could totally be one of the male models in Max Dupre's new clientele.
Yeah. Because us Poles, the Polish, we come out strong and we come out big, and Dominik Dijakovic is a big boy.
Well, I guess the question is, do we think it's somebody making their debut, or are we going more the route of someone who hasn't been on TV in a while, or someone that has been, that's now being switched?
You know who could be one of the Maximum Male Models? Talk about a return. Little Spike Dudley. That would be absolutely tremendous.
Perhaps. Man, I'm just trying to think. I'm thinking along the lines of NXT as well.
I know. I was trying to be funny.
I know, but what would be great, but it's not going to happen because on NXT we're seeing him getting a big role again. What if, given their history as well, what if Cameron Grimes was brought up, but since they already started making him looking a little more GQ.
They cleaned him up.
Ultimate. Yeah, if they made him Ultimate GQ, that could have worked. If you're trying to bring up somebody from NXT. But, man, I'm just thinking who has been on Raw SmackDown that has not been on TV for a while. And how many?
To be honest, they've moved away from this person going after Braun Breaker. If I were to throw one name out, and I were to be NXT, and I think he could be a Maximum Male Model. He's about 6'5", 6'6", and he used to play a lot of poker. His name is Duke Hudson.
Yeah.
That's a guy that has a Maximum Male Model look.
Absolutely. He had his head shaved, and look at now.
Yeah, he's still looking good.
Yeah.
I love me some Duke Hudson. Now that he's away from the poker table, because that was absolutely awful. All right. But that's what we got going on at SmackDown. Not really much else to talk about as we kind of head into the show.
We got the last laugh match. I think it's
is that going to happen? Laugh? Yeah, the last lap between Madcap and Happy Corbin?
It should be tonight.
Maybe. Max Dupre was supposed to be last week, so we'll have to see. In a 2-hour show that has the half recaps and half commercials, how do they run out of time for stuff?
But I'm pretty sure the last laugh match is taking place tonight.
Okay. All right. Well, we've got SmackDown tonight, 8 Eastern, 7 Central, and back at its normal time again is AEW Rampage. Now, Rampage was taped on Wednesday night in St. Louis, Missouri, right after Dynamite went off the air. Here are the matches that we are going to get. It's Jon Moxley one-on-one with Dante Martin. The Gun Club and Max Caster will take on Leon Ruff and Bear Country. Yow, yow. Jade Cargill and Willow Nightingale for the TBS Championship. And then the main event, Darby Allin and Bobby Fish. Darby Allin promises Bobby Fish that he's going to take his leg out. There is talk that there might be somebody returning tonight as well on Rampage.
In that particular match?
Just on Rampage.
Okay.
I mean, I don't want to give it away, but on Rampage.
Yeah, no, I love the element of surprise as well. So thank you, as I'm sure some of our audience says, as we like to be spoiler-free here on PWR today. I don't know about any guesses. Like, it's hard for me to come up with something. However, I'm excited to see that Darby Allin Bobby Fish match. Obviously, we got some history with Kyle O'Reilly and with Darby Allin. I mean, you throw anybody to any match with Darby Allin, you're going to get a great match, something unique. I mean, no matter the size of the opponent, you're going to get...
You know what I want out of a Darby Allin match? I want Darby to have to take on somebody so big that it slows him down. That's what I want.
You know, to my point, I was just going to say, no matter what, you're going to get some lightning quickness from Darby Allin. But if you find somebody that can match up to that, that's quite a collision course, if you will, which I will get to mentioning collision course again at the end of our podcast today. Please remind me.
Okay, well, you know, I'm thinking, you know, now that we brought that up, you know, you kind of said it, I kind of said it. Who would Darby Allin go up against that could slow him down? Should he go up against Kevin Owens' dad? Isn't that guy in what is it, Bear Country?
Oh man.
I can't help it. I mean, the guy's a great wrestler. He just looks like he would be Kevin Owens' dad.
That is funny. I don't know why it made me think of...
What about Keith Lee?
I mean, Keith Lee is very quick for his size.
Right. But I think Keith Lee could slow down a Darby Allin. You know, because every time Darby would charge at him like a dart, you know, all Keith Lee would do is have to stand there, catch him, or even push him to the side and just let him fall. Keith Lee, to me, comes off as a guy that would let stuff come to him. You know, Keith Lee is very athletic. Keith Lee can do the moves. And he's got speed, he's got size, he's got grace, and he's got that eloquence, right? So yeah. Keith Lee, to me, would be a guy that would be like, bask in my letting you fall on your face because I will not wrestle your game.
If we ever get a Keith Lee Darby Allin match, it would be once Keith turns heel.
Yeah. You know, coming up next week, by the way, we're going to, I think tonight, actually, you know, I take that back. I think tonight, and I forgot to mention this, I believe Keith Lee and Swerve are going to talk about what happened at that Battle Royal. Because remember, Swerve eliminated Keith Lee.
Right. That's right.
I mean, is there a turn there, or are they just going to say let bygones be bygones?
You know, just us talk. I would say let bygones be bygones, but if they're specifically going to address this, that leads to be thinking that there are some shenanigans, if you will, coming up between the two of them.
Hey, and before we get off the topic, we talked to Matthew yesterday morning about AEW Dynamite. I want to hear your thoughts on the main event from Wednesday night. Christian Cage turning on Jungle Boy after the title loss.
I felt that was coming. Sometimes, you know, it did make sense. I heard you mentioning as well. I mean, right after the titles are off, Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy is when Christian makes his turn. I like it. I want to see more Christian Cage in the ring. He's been a great supporter, a great mentor to Jurassic Express, but I think it's time to get some more Christian Cage action. Let's do it.
And let's get some singles Jungle Boy. I mean, nothing against Luchasaurus, but I mean, he needs to be on his own. You know, kind of like Christian. At last, he's on his own. All right, Linda, you told me to remind you before we go off the air. What am I reminding you of?
We were talking about Darby Allin and how potentially he could face an opponent as quick as him, or that would be a collision. Therefore, it makes me want to talk about our next GLCW event.
Oh, okay. All right, tell me.
So save the date. We've got a twofer, well, kind of. 2-in-1 show, or not 2-in-1, 2 shows in one weekend. There we go.
Oh, okay.
Starting
All right.
with Friday, July 8th. Grafton, Wisconsin, not too far from Cedarburg, Wisconsin, where we have a lot of our shows locally, in a parking lot of Capco stamping the parking lot. We are going to have.
Is that the home of the Chinooks?
Grafton is. Yes, indeed.
Oh.
So we are going to have GLCW meets OVW Collision Course.
Okay.
So, yes. So we're going to have Team GLCW versus Team OVW and some awesome matches. I'll be there ringing the bell. Well, I'll probably be doing that too. Sorry. As ring
I thought Will
announcer,
Smith rang that bell. Ring the bell. No, that was Patty LaBelle. Sorry.
That was Anita Ward.
You're right. I was wrong.
I love my disco music. So we are pitting GLCW superstars against OVW superstars. But the crazy thing is some of us are both like myself. So I'm kind of pitted in the middle there. So
you're torn, right? You're battling yourself, just like in World War II when the Germans and the Poles. I'm German and Polish, so I felt like I should invade myself, but then I defended myself on horseback against the tank.
Well, we have the flyer up, but we also have a cover photo on the Facebook event page for it, and I'm smack dab in that middle.
Of course you are. Of course.
Because I'm in both. So that's very exciting. So again, that's Friday, July 8th, Grafton, Wisconsin. Of course, go to blizzardbrawl.com for the details. We also have a Fandango on the card for that as well.
I love
He's
him.
going to be fighting on Team GLCW, by the way. And the very next night, Saturday, July 9th, we make our huge return to Ashippun, Wisconsin, not too far from Milwaukee County. And it is the annual Ashippun Fireman's Picnic, where once again, we have our GLCW and OVW stars, not necessarily a collision course this time, but we will have Fandango there as well. And recently just announced our good old pal, Adam Shear, formerly known as Braun Strowman, is also going to be on the show now. And it also has a new name. Let it come to me here. It is now Saturday Night Heat.
There you go. Nice. Hey, wasn't the Ashippun Firefighters Picnic, wasn't that where we had the unofficial debut of Adam Shearer just kind of hanging out and watching the wrestling?
Oh, yeah. Oh, my goodness. What a special moment. I had my first one-on-one match there, or at least it started that way, and then it became a 6-person tag match where I was tagged up with my tag team partners, the Fanny Pack Kid, Cal Hero, and hello, ladies. Okay, that was pretty bad. That was pretty bad. But Val Venus against Drew Hernandez, Joey Avalon, and Sierra. But, I mean, for making my debut and having Adam Shearer just sitting there on the bleachers, just rooting everybody on, cheering and booing. What a moment. How tremendous is that? And now I've gone from having him witness my first match to him being a big part of GLCW, where I was now ring announcing a Control Your Narrative match. And now I'll be on a show where I'll be announcing him during a match as well.
There you go. Linda Kay has controlled her narrative.
Yes, indeed.
Amazing. All right. Well, hey, that is our week. For Matthew Thomas, for Linda Kay, the man they call me today. Thanks for stopping by. We will talk to you guys Monday morning. So long, everyone.